back to this DC Universe Online Let's Play. You're Sambo, and joining us here in the very purple Watchtower today for our weekly event is Blaze Purple and the Superzeroes. And can you believe this, folks? Look as I pan around the amazingly bonkers and crazy Superzeroes. Can you see what they have done to me this week? These guys are unbelievable. Look at this. They have all turned themselves purple in honor of Blaze Purple. I logged in today and thought to myself, that's a bit weird. Everybody in the Superzeroes League is purple. What on earth is going on? And I've found out that they are playing a trick on me, or if you like, playing homage to Blaze Purple, who, by the way, is stuck here right in the middle amongst these purple Superzeroes. Will you look at this? I take my hat off to these guys. They are always doing something crazy and bonkers, and today absolutely takes the cake. Can you believe this, folks? Look at them. Look at Kazin is purple. We've got Zazap who's purple. Chalma is purple and is wearing a very fancy looking dress there. We've got Salamis. We've got Gold Dust there. We've got Holy Crusader. We've got Mind Blaster. We've got Tolak there up the back. We've got Buzz Shock. We've got Ray Roth, by the way. Look at this. Welcome to Ray Roth, by the way, who is one of our league officers, both here in-game and indeed on our community website. Thank you very much for turning purple for us. And by the way, look at this. Agent Wildfire. We've got Corporal Heart there. Oh my lord, the list goes on. Star Kestrel there. We've got Burning Intensity and Midnight Brink even. And look at that, Wicked Love. By the way, Wicked Love, absolutely adore your costume. Nice to see you. Misfire as well has even turned purple for today. And will you get this, folks, as we pan around the side here? Who is this? This is Inspiration, and Inspiration, you are living up to your name, that is for sure. You have made yourself look exactly like Blaze Purple. There we go, the ultimate Blaze Purple tribute there. That is unbelievable. I have never seen anyone in the game actually look exactly like Blaze before. This is amazing, guys. Yes, this might be Sparta, but this is incredible. Look at that Politeness Man as well, in a very dapper purple suit down the back there, and Belmong as well. You guys, seriously, you blow me away. Will you look how many of them there are, and will you look at how many of them are purple? I cannot believe this. I bet you guys watching from home can't believe your eyes either. There we go, Wintry Tempest as well. Even he has got himself purpled up, as has Electro Click, purple and yellow. Very nice looking. I am blown away. Consider me officially blown away, guys. You guys totally rock. Superzeroes pride is off the charts right now, and I can't believe this. Well done, guys. You got me really, really good. There we go as well. It's the Spike is even. Look at that costume, will you? Even you have gone pink and purple for the cause. Tegoyi, I can't see you up the back there either. Well, folks, why are we here today? Aside from the fact that we're celebrating the colour purple, I still can't believe this. Oh my lord. We are also here for a very special event. It's our very first League Alert run in a harder alert. Of course, we have a look now at myself at Blaze Purple. Have a look at our stats, and here we go. We are combat rating 50, and that means today we're able to actually do a different alert for once. We are going to do a Smallville. Oh yes, and I can't wait for that. Of course, it means that we have to have some higher level guys and gals in the group that we pick. It's a 4-player team, but never mind. That's going to be something I'm sure we'll find in the Superzeroes. And of course, Smallville is something that I know a lot of you are looking forward to. I certainly am. And now that we've got our stats high enough, we can finally run it. So wish us luck, folks, as we now go and choose the mighty few who are going to join us in this run. I certainly can't wait. But in the meantime, will you look at that sight? It's a sea of purple here in the Watchtower. Superzeroes, you guys totally, totally rock. We will see you very soon. And here we are, folks. We are back in the Watchtower with the Superzeroes, the mighty purple Superzeroes once again, totally blowing my mind. I can't believe that these guys have gone and done this. They tricked me, and they tricked me good. And in fact, we're joined by some of them here on voice chat, and I'd very much love each of you to say g'day. Is anybody there?
Hi everyone, it's All Natural, or else known as Blaze Purple. I'm Inspiration.
It's Inspiration. It's you. You're the one that has done this. I can't believe this. I had to do a double take when I logged in here. Inspiration, aka Our Natural. What possessed you to do this? I can see you've actually got a green lantern ring there. That's the only thing that's giving you away. How on earth did you get yourself looking so accurate? You've even got the shade of purple downright. How long did it take you to make this character?
Well, this character was always going to be based on being inspired by people, so I just went down and bought your gear, and then I was still changing the shade as soon as you logged in so I could get it perfect.
I can't believe. You know what? I'm going to come over and stand right next to you here. Let's get this done right. If we're going to compare things, let's do it proper. Alright, let's have a look. That's about as close as I'm going to get. I think let me turn around the right way. And will you get a look at this, folks? There we go. There's the two of them. We've got Inspiration and we've got Blaze Purple there side by side. You've done a mighty job, my friend. That is amazing. Now, I'm not sure if it's a bit of a glitch, but I can see one thing you've got missing there. Can you spot it?
The heart, I have it equipped on, it's just not shown.
Oh dear, oh dear. You know what, that happens to me sometimes as well. People say, where are your glasses or where are your belt? I think it's a little bit of a glitch. But there you go, folks. That's certainly inspirational. Unbelievable. Great job there. Thank you very much. Who else have we got here with us in the Watchtower today?
Hey, it's Balmung, and my character's name is Balmung, and I DPS.
Hello, Fablets here then.
Oh, hi guys, this is Blind Mayhem.
Hi, it's Holy Crusader.
Kazan. Hello.
Midnight Drink here.
Hey everyone, Misfire here.
Winter Tempest here.
Star Kestral'take here.
Hello everyone, this is Tegoyi.
Tolok.
Aloha. This is Wicked Love.
Hey everyone, this is the Zap.
Hello ladies, Spike here.
And there you have it, folks. That was the Mighty Superzeroes. Not only can we see them, but we can hear them these days, courtesy of our Mumble voice chat. My congratulations to you guys, and by the way, my humble and sincere thanks for such a Blaze Purple tribute. That was amazing. Totally blew me away. Thank you very much. Well, what's next? Folks, we've got to do a random draw, as always, for our alert this week. And as you know, it is the Smallville alert. Really looking forward to that. We've got to actually draw some very specific roles. We've got to look for a controller, DPS, and heals. We'll be doing that very shortly, and we'll be right back with the Mighty Superzeroes Weekly Alert League team for this week. Don't go away. And here we are, folks. We are all ready to rock and roll for our super duper alert now. Our very first, hopefully complete tier 1 alert run in Smallville. And as you can see, I am joined by 3 Mighty Superzeroes, the lucky folk that won the random draw this week to come along to the team. And of course, a little bit different from normal. A couple of criteria that these guys had to fulfill. Number 1 is that they had to be eligible to run Smallville tier 1 itself. And that means a combat rating, I think, of 34 or greater. So these guys had to have that. And secondly, we actually had to draw 4 roles. Given that it's an actual T1 alert, we can't have 4 DPS running this. We needed to actually recruit 4 heals, 4 controller, and 4 DPS, with myself, of course, playing as the tank role. And these are the lucky 3 that we got along. First up, we've got here Wicked Love. And of course, if you guys joined us in our last episode, our very special 250th episode, you'll know that we already said hello to Wicked Love. We're lucky enough that Wicked Love is joining us again on voice chat. Are you there? And a big hello to you.
Hello, Sambo.
Nice to hear you on voice chat, by the way. It's going to make things a lot easier in our run now. Tell us, what is the role that you're performing today in the alert run?
I'll be a healer today, and hopefully I can keep everyone alive.
Oh, good stuff. Well, you know what? You've really got your work cut out for you healing me. Good luck. You know how much I love to die. Now, I think we mentioned in last week's episode where you are from in the world, but remind us again, where are you from?
Oh, I'm from Indiana.
Indiana, from the good old US of A. Now, if you don't mind me saying, your accent sounds like you're not originally from there. Am I right?
Yes, I'm actually from Vietnam.
Oh, there you go, Vietnam. Do you know what? I've actually been to Vietnam myself. We were talking about this before we started filming. One of the things I love is Vietnamese food. In fact, if you were here in Melbourne, you would see me every Friday night at my favourite restaurant, which is the Vietnam Noodle House here in Melbourne, and I have a wonderful chicken and beef pho. Every single week I have the same thing. Absolutely love it. So I bet you miss the food being there in the USA?
Oh yes, missed a lot of food because we have fresh ingredients there that we don't get in the US.
Yeah, I bet. Do you ever get to go back to Vietnam?
I did visit once, but that was not enough.
Not enough. There you go. Well, good luck. I hope you get back and see. By the way, are your family back there, or are they with you in the US?
Oh, they live with me.
Oh, good stuff. All right, that's good. At least you didn't leave them behind. Nice to have you along, and thank you very much for giving up your time today, and I hope we're going to have a lot of fun. Also joining us is Tegoyi, and Tegoyi also joined us in last week's episode. Big salute there. Love that costume. In fact, I love all of these guys' costumes. I'm seriously outdone here. I'm looking woeful. Tegoyi also joins us on voice chat. Hey, very good evening for you, I think. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Hello, everyone.
And nice of you to come and join us, by the way. Now, whereabouts are you from?
I'm from Washington, D.C.
Ah, good old Washington, D.C. I've been there as well. What time of the day, or rather, probably time of the night, is it for you right now?
It's about 8:30 in the evening.
8:30 in the evening, that's not so bad. You know, earlier we were having a chat to some of our Super Zero members who are on the voice chat from the EU, and I think it was about 1 or 2 in the morning for them. That's dedication. 8:30, that's not so bad. Thank you very much for joining us in today's League Alert run. Which role are you playing today?
I'll be the DPS today.
DPS, good stuff. And again, I think you're going to have your work cut out for you. You know what? You'll probably pull the aggro off me because I'll be such a hopeless tank. I hope that's not the case. But anyway, wish us luck. Thanks for joining us, and as always, thanks for your support, especially on the community website as well. We'll see you there a lot. Thanks for that. Joining us in the last spot here, which must be the controller spot, is, look at this, Star Kestrel, who is giving himself away there with the Green Lantern ring and the lovely purple and gold, and the claws come out. I think also Star is joining us on voice chat. Are you there, sir?
Yeah, I'm here.
Welcome to you. Thanks very much for coming along. Whereabouts in the world are you from?
Orlando, Florida.
Oh, good old Orlando, Florida. You know what? I've visited Disney World or Disneyland. I can't remember what it's called there. Many times. Do you live nearby Disney by chance?
About an hour or so away. I actually live closer to the Kennedy Space Center.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you've got to tell me, have you seen any launches yourself?
Yeah, the first one after Columbia.
Wow. Okay, I'm insanely jealous of you. I was about to brag about how I love Disneyland and how I've been there, but you know what? You take the cake with that one. That is absolutely awesome. What time is it for you there right now?
It's 8:30 for me as well.
Oh, okay, all right. So hopefully none of you guys are going to fall asleep, and that would be good. Although I must say I might. I had a very late night last night, so hopefully I'll be able to pull my act together and do some decent tanking. Now, one of the things, folks, that you do need to know is what you're looking at here with Wicked Love, Tegoyi, and Star Kestrel are 3 experienced DCUO players, and I think they've all done the Smallville alert run before. Now, they're all disadvantaged. Why is that? It's because I've never had a complete run in there. Every time I've gone in, I have had my rear handed to me on a plate and never made it. So guys, I'm going to be looking to you for advice. Anyhow, there we go. Wicked Love, Tegoyi, and Star Kestrel. They're your 3 Mighty Superzeroes for this week's Super Zeroes League Alert run in Smallville Tier 1. We're going to be right back with you guys as we queue. Alright folks, you know how it works. We hit Y, bring up our on-duty menu, and we go into the alerts section here in the newly redesigned on-duty menu. Thank goodness that SOE have done that, by the way. It's a lot easier to get around. As you know, we go down to Smallville, we select it there, and you can see here the size of it is 4-player, required combat rating of 34 and a suggested dominance of 200, which fortunately I have. I think my dominance is around the 250 mark again, thanks to the Mighty Superzeroes who geared me up last week. So it's nice and simple. Alright, so all we need to do is click on that, tick in the box there, and click on the Q button. You guys know how this works. All I need to do is click on the role down the bottom here, and you can see that it says pick your role. And as always, we've got tank, we've got healer, we've got controller and damage, and for me, I'm going to be choosing tank. You can see the guys there are doing the same thing with Tegoyi choosing DPS, Star Kestrel has chosen controller, and of course Wicked Love with the love heart there. That means she's going to be giving us lots of love in terms of her heals. All that remains is for me to choose tank. There we go, and click on ready, and there it is. Hopefully the queue will pop, because of course we've already got ourselves a full group. We don't need to queue, and there we are. You can enter your Smallville instance now. I think this is it, folks. It's now or never. Wish us luck as we queue in. And here we are, loaded in, Martian Manhunter.
We've discovered Lex is attempting to develop a new weapon against Brainiac. He's iterating on exobyte technology, using Doomsday as his muse. These people are test subjects for Lex's new strain. With your prior exobyte exposure,
we might have to go a little further forward before it picks up, before Manhunter starts talking.
Citizens, calm the situation here and get to the Lex core analysis units.
And you heard the man, we've got our objectives. But before we go any further, let's have a bit of a chat to our Mighty Superzeroes as we pan around, by the way, Smallville. Looking fantastic. It looks just like the Smallville that we're used to in the comic books. SOE have done a fantastic job, if you ask me, of constructing this instance. Let's have a look at the map here, and you can see, there we go, we've got a quest just ahead of us. But before we go any further, let's ask Wicked Love, can we have an overview, I guess? We're here in Smallville. Are we actually going to see Superman at any point in this instance?
Unfortunately, we only have him as the phone call instead of actually seeing him.
Oh, so we're not actually going to see him in here. Oh dear, I was looking forward to that. Never mind. I'm guessing, though, that we're going to have to fight our way through a number of sub-bosses before we get to the main boss. Now, Star Kestrel, I do want to ask, who is the main boss in this instance?
Doomsday.
Doomsday! Right, now a lot of you guys watching from home are very keen to see Doomsday taken down. Let's hope that that is the case indeed. Tegoyi, I've got a question for you. Normally in our League Alert runs, and in fact in most alerts in DC Universe Online, they're kind of broken up into a bunch of sections with some mini-bosses. Is it the same sort of structure here in this hard Tier 1 mode alert?
Yes, it's all the same.
Alright, so it's definitely going to be broken up. That's good to know. Alright, so as you can see, we've got our first objective here, guys, which is to protect the LexCorp exabyte data scan. Wicked Love, talk us through this. What are we going to see when we leap forwards, and what are the data scans, and what do we need to do?
Okay, the data scan would be a big round circle thing on the ground that we have to protect from the big guards. And what we want to do is to concentrate on the big guards. The little ones doesn't destroy it, but the big one does. Don't even let them get near.
Alright, so it sounds like we've got to protect those data scan dishes. Sounds good to me. Let's have a sound off. Wicked Love, are you ready to go?
Yes.
Tegoyi, ready to rock and roll?
Already here.
And Star Kestrel?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Alright guys, I have pity on your souls. Let's hope that you can keep me alive. Let's see what happens as we go in now with our very first pull in this Smallville instance. And by the way, oh, look at that, we've got ourselves a nice vendor. I'm just going to make sure that I'm repaired up, by the way. I think that's probably a first good step. And look at that, I wasn't. Just as well. There we go. So handy having these vendors in the instances these days, by the way. Wish every single game had them. Alright, here we go. You can see a marker on our minimap there straight ahead of us, and of course we've got mobs in the way. I can see a collectible over there as well. By the way, forgive me if I get distracted with shinies. You know how I am, especially on Blaze Purple. Alright, let's do this thing, folks. Let's zone in here and take down these doom-crazed citizens. And of course, I've got my AoE effects up and running because I want to try and take on as many of these guys in terms of aggro as possible, keeping them off the team. After all, that is my job. Alright, so far so good. Not doing too badly. These guys are falling, although I'm guessing, Star Kestrel, that it's only throwing basically trash at us at the beginning of the run. Would that be right?
Yeah, that's right. We should probably clear them out before we activate the dish, just to make sure there's less to deal with.
Sounds good to me. Let's do just that. And in fact, if we clear these guys over here, looks to me like I'm going to be able to get myself a collectible, and I'm very happy about that. Alright, collectible time. Shiny! Can't avoid the shinies. Here we go.
R&D report. Initial scans have proven accurate. The Doomsday cells are almost impervious to damage.
Alright, so here we go. Looks like we've got to take down these nodes. Would that be right, Tegoyi?
Yep.
Or remote analysis units. Don't destroy them.
Let's do just that.
Contain vital data.
There we go, and I guess that's taken down a shield of some description. And there we go, got some more incoming trash. It's okay, we shall deal with those guys. Alright, so Wicked Love, it looks like you're nearby. Is there anything we have to do here? Do we have to activate anything, or are we just on defense mode now?
Yes, we are on defense mode. Look at the big doom-crazed guard over there. That's what we need to kill.
Ah, okay, here he comes. Let me pull him, get his attention.
Doomsday's DNA.
Come on, come and attack me. Oh, and he's down. Gee, we're doing very well so far. I don't want to jinx our run, but we're certainly doing a lot better than the last time I was in here. And of course, guys, if you're watching from home, that is purely because we've got ourselves 3 Mighty Superzeroes players who actually, unlike me, know exactly what they're doing. So I'm a very, very fortunate Superzeroes member here to have the support of these guys with me. Here's another Doom-crazed guard. Let's take him down. Now, Star Kestrel, we're going to go through and talk about everybody's roles, seeing as we've got the advantage of having you all here on chat. We'll get through everybody. But Star Kestrel, Controller, I think, is possibly one of the least understood roles in a group. In a few words, if you were having to describe what your role is in an alert run, what would you say? What is the role of a controller, and what is your purpose in a group?
Actually, there are 2 main purposes. The first is giving the other members of the group energy, and the second is debuffing enemies.
Right, exactly right. And in fact, if you ever wonder how our energy stays so high, it is definitely because of the controller. So thanks for that explanation. Alright, sounds like to me we've cleared this first little challenge here. I guess, guys, we need to move forward, and we've got to do 2 more of those. Would that be right?
Yep.
Yes.
Alright, I'm definitely taking a lot of big hits now. It seems to me like these guys have sort of come up a notch in terms of the damage they're dealing. Would that be right?
I think it's depend.
Okay, because it certainly seemed like I was taking a lot more damage there than I was in the last group. That's okay. Now we've got some loot there, which we'll check out in just a second once we've cleared this initial group here. Of course, if you guys are running in a group, it's definitely considered bad manners to be distributing loot while you're in the middle of a fight, because that means that you're not concentrating on what you should be doing. There we go, that looks a bit clear. Let's distribute this loot now. And of course the other thing is loot rules are something you should follow. If it's something that you can't use, pass on it or greed on it if you'd rather sell it on the auction house. And in fact, if you can use it, roll need. But you can see there all I can do is greed. I'm actually going to pass on that. Hopefully some of my fellow Superzeroes here will be able to make use of that. Right, so once again, I guess clearing out the trash before we clear away the shields here, or whatever those are, so that we can then protect the data scans. And there we go, all up and running. Looks like we're going to be in defense mode, and indeed, there we go, a Doom-crazed guard lumbering in there. Let's see if we can get his attention. Alright, we're definitely doing very well, again, without wanting to jinx the situation. Tegoyi, you are DPS. Now, if we're talking about DPS roles, of course, everyone knows the very simple aspect of a DPS role, which of course is to hit everything as much as possible. But there is more to a DPS role than that, and that comes in terms of making sure that you're not pulling targets off the tank. How do you do that? How do you make sure that you're controlling your DPS in a run?
I have many powers that can up my damage, and I just see which ones are needed to be used.
Right, so I think it's a common sort of fallacy that people say, oh, DPS is for people who can't play the game. And, you know, it's not the same. It's not just in DC Universe Online. It's the same in WoW, it's the same in EverQuest, it's the same in any game. You know, for example, if you think of hunters in World of Warcraft, they tend to get a bit of a hard time. I don't think that at all. I always play a tank, and to me, I can really spot the difference between a good DPS player and a poor one. A poor one will just try and go hard out as much as possible, and as I said before, that normally ends up in them pulling the aggro, and that spells disaster for the group. So I love good DPS players who can actually control that DPS and understand what's going on. And by the looks of things, Tegoyi, you are exactly that. So it's a pleasure to have you along in here. Now, is that another one down? It is 2 out of 3. Looks like the next one is forward. Let's charge forth. Looks like we don't need to break for a rest here. And that again is thanks to the Mighty Superzeroes here, who are controlling their powers and energy, making sure we've got lots of heals and lots of energy up for it. Loving this. There's nothing like running with a good group, guys. Seriously, it can transform a game into a real experience. Now, you guys know, of course, I love my scenery. I love oogling and ogling at the sights and sounds in DCO. And as we stand at the top of this pile of rubble here and look around, I can see the sunset off in the background there. We can see Smallville with the water towers and all the rest of it. Star Kestrel, do things like this impress you, or do you never tend to take any notice of the scenery?
I did remember really liking the sunset here, and especially in Central City, my first couple times in there.
Yeah, definitely. In fact, that's somewhere where I've got to go. We'll definitely take you guys there in the series. Before long, we'll make sure that we get to Central City, which of course is a new zone. Let's quickly distribute this loot before we go. And what is it? It is a collectible, so I think we should all basically need on that, unless you don't need it. Give everybody a chance to take that collectible, and let's engage these guys here. We're on 2 of 3 of the exabyte data scans. Let's do some nice AoE work here to try and get their attention, and especially, of course, get the attention off the other guys in the run here. And again, this is the great thing about having a great controller in the group, and that is that I don't have to worry too much about depleting my energy supplies. But Star Kestrel, if, for example, I'm going to be using lots and lots of my powers that suck my energy dry and therefore suck your reserves dry, are you the sort of controller that would actually let the tank know to ease off a little bit? Would you actually give them some advice?
I might mention it, but I could also pop a soda cola to give myself a little more energy.
That's true, very true indeed. And again, I think no matter what class you play, it's all about the control of that class, measured amounts, making sure that you're not just going in gung-ho, of course. Now, Wicked Love, don't think you're going to get away with this. Of course, you're a healer. Now, a healer is an exceptionally important role in any alert run. And again, I think you'll know all too well that if you're in a pickup group, you get those nasty players who blame the healer for everything. Have you had those moments, either here in DCUO or in other MMOs that you've played?
A lot of time, actually.
It's awful, isn't it? Nothing annoys me more than a tank running in gung-ho, having no idea what they're doing, dying in 5 seconds, and then, of course, turning around and saying, "You suck," at the healer. I actually leave groups when that happens. I can't stand it. It bugs the heck out of me. So as a healer there, Wicked Love, what are the sort of things that you're actually keeping an eye on as you're playing through the game? Like, it's not as easy as it looks being a healer. You don't just spam heals because you've got energy concerns to worry about. And of course, you've probably also got a choice of different heals. How is it for you in DCUO playing as a healer?
Oh, I think it's pretty easier in DCUO because obviously healing, it depends on the class that you take. In my class is Sorcerer. There's only 3 skills that we can use, and it's AoE heal, which is very helpful. And
Definitely.
That's what I care about.
Excellent. Okay, that's a good point, by the way, as we line up here in front of our first sub-boss. AoE heals versus direct heals, and like you say, it does depend on the class, and you're right, AoE healing is definitely a little bit of an advantage there, although I'd imagine there, Wicked Love, that AoE heals possibly aren't as powerful as direct one-on-one heals. Is that the case in DC Universe Online?
Yes, one-on-one heal is actually much powerful, but as you can see, if we are in a raid group of more AoE heal, is much better.
Exactly, especially, of course, if you've got someone like Star Kestrel there backing you up, supplying you power, which is, I guess, probably one of your major enemies there, is running out of that. And, of course, we have great DPS as well. Thank you, Tegoyi. Right, oh, what happened?
Oh, I didn't realize we were close enough to activate that.
Oh dear, alright, well look, that's good, that's right, because of course we want to make sure that folk know what's going on. So we got one-shotted there, we obviously got a little bit too close. Somebody, let's ask, perhaps rather Tegoyi, what actually happened there?
I'm actually not quite sure. That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Oh, there you go, that's right, we like surprises. Star Kestrel, do you know how we got one-shotted there by chance?
There are little miniature tornadoes that go through the area with that boss, at least down on the flat part. So for most of the fight, we'll want to be up on the hill.
Ah, well, you know what? There's no better way to learn than by getting one-shotted by those. So there you go, folks. That's why they call these the harder mode alerts, because you have to worry about these sort of things. And it's always, of course, it's never just a tank and spank when it comes to a DC Universe Online alert. There are other aspects going on that we have to be careful about. Let's just clear out this trash as well. So obviously we're up for our first sub-boss in the instance, and it is the Doom-crazed giant, and it looks like we have to stay off the flats if we don't want to be cleaned up once again. Alright, where's he gone? We're over the hill here, I think.
He's over there.
There he goes. Oh yes, and there are
you can sort of see those.
Yes, we can see the tornadoes there. So I guess this is like, again, you guys know how I like to relate things to World of Warcraft, only because it's familiar to most of us. I guess this is like a typical step out of the fire. We have to stay away from the little tornadoes on the ground there. Would that be a good way of putting it?
Yes.
Alright, now are we all here? Let's have a look around. We've got Tegoyi and we've got Star Kestrel. Where's Wicked? I can't see you. Why is that?
I'm down here.
Oh, there you are.
I cannot fly.
There you go, that's okay. No, I can see. Alright, I'll come down and join you. There we go. Alright, and we've got a couple of trash inbound. Looks like it's all on. Boy, that was amazing. They just leapt in out of nowhere. Alright, let's do this thing, folks. Let's engage the main boss and see how we go. Wish us luck. Doomcrazed giant, here we go. Now again, keeping an eye out on these tornadoes in the background, and oh, he's got some nasty knockbacks there as well. Now what are these circles on the ground, by the way? Everybody asks every time we run an alert, who's responsible for those?
That would be me.
And also me.
Oh, good stuff. Now it looks very pretty. So Tegoyi, what do they mean? What are you putting down there?
Mine's the circle of destruction.
And what does that do?
It deals damage to everything that's within that circle.
Fantastic. And Wicked Love, what are your circles all about?
Mine would be Circle of Protection.
So are they going to give us some kind of buff?
It actually protects you a little, and then it provides AoE heal.
Right. Alright, so we love having those down, of course, folks. I'm also popping my trinket here, which, by the way, if you go back and look at our last week's episode, you'll know is a defense trinket, so I definitely want to have that up for our first... Oh, and stunned there. Got to break out of that. For our first sub-boss here. And trying to keep his attention on me, playing the role as a tank here. Keep his attention away from the rest of our Mighty Superzeroes team members. And you can see, look at that, we are victorious as Martian Manhunter updates us.
So-called failed clones. The stronger ones ran riot when the LexCorp techs became infected themselves. Try to get genetic samples to build our data. LexCorp was testing the clones against Brainiac weaponry. Perhaps that will give you an edge.
There we go. Thank you, Martian Manhunter. First things first, congratulations, guys. We actually survived our first mini-boss. I think that deserves a great big cheer and a round of applause. If you guys can keep me alive in here, you are indeed mighty. Let's distribute this loot, by the way. You can see we've got its Asylum Mask there. The stats are okay for me. I'm going to greed on that. Hopefully someone in the team who can make use of it will get that. Now guys, that was boss number 1. So Tegoyi, how many bosses actually are there in this instance before we get to Doomsday?
There'd be two smaller bosses and then Doomsday.
Good stuff. Alright, so does that mean we're halfway there or we've got 2 more to go?
We've got one more to go.
All right, well, we're doing well so far. You can see our next objective here, folks, is to collect Brainiac bottling nanotech from Base Camp Alpha. So, Star Kestrel, it's saying that we need to go ahead and collect this nanotech. Do you have any idea what they're talking about and where we need to head? What's this phase all about?
We need to go to a small camp area that has a bunch of, like, stasis bubbles.
Right.
And then it'll direct us to some larger Doomsday-based enemies that we then need to sort of do mini bottles for and then carry back to that camp.
Oh, so it's like a bit of a, what do you call them, like a collect quest? Do we get the arrow above our head, kind of like delivering the green kryptonite at the end of Area 51? Is it that sort of setup?
Yeah, pretty similar, except if you take too long, they burst out and you have to knock them back down again.
Ooh, okay, good advice there. Let's have a look on the map, folks, and that will always tell us where to go. So it looks like we're heading to the northeast slightly. I say if we're all ready, that's exactly what we should do. Let's follow the arrow on our mini-map. And I'm not going to super speed through here because, of course, I love to see the view and look at that as you come over the horizon. I'm just going to pause here for one moment as we're blinded by that sunset. Will you look at that, folks? That is a view and a half. This is why we play DC Universe Online. If you're me, it's for vistas like that. How good a job have those designers done creating this? And in fact, by the way, wicked love, I can see off in the distance there it looks like a farm, barn house and a water tower. That wouldn't be the iconic farm of Superman's parents by chance, would it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, they've done a great job then because that was instantly recognizable. Seriously, I could stay up here all day and look at this, but of course we've got better things to do. I'm presuming that we have to take out the trash here. Let's do just that. See how we go. There's a lot of enemies here, and I can see myself a shiny collectible. I'm going to try and resist going for that before we've cleared out the trash, and of course that's always another thing that you want to do. If you're in an instance with a bunch of random people, it is good etiquette to make sure that you've cleared away the trash before you go collecting shinies. And don't worry, folks, I'm going to wait until I go and collect mine. Clearing out the trash.
Just so you know, the trash is entirely clear here until we finish everything in the area.
Oh, okay.
We don't have to kill. We don't have to kill everything.
Good stuff. Good to know. Do they respawn? Do they?
Yep.
Yes, they do.
All right. So let's go over. I'm going to go over and clear the trash near the collectible, and that's only so that I can actually go in there and do so. And I realise I've got myself a little bit separated from you guys. My apologies. That's very poor team behaviour. Once again, a tip for you folks watching from home: if you are playing as a team, try and stick together, except where necessary to split up, of course. So don't do what I just did. That is poor teamsmanship, I guess. All right, let's see if I can grab this collectible now.
Doomsday's morpho-reactive capabilities are maintained even after implantation.
All right, here we go. This, I guess, is the area that you were talking about earlier. So are we ready? Can we activate this? I guess Star Kestrel, you're right next to it, so when you're ready, let's set this off. And Wicked Love, perhaps you could give us a little bit of an overview of exactly what's going on here, if you don't mind.
Okay, so we are supposed to capture Doomform citizens. There are 5 of them, and when we capture them, we have to bring them back here. But the thing about it is that you be grounded, which is walking very slowly.
Ah, okay, yeah, I hate when that happens. Alright, so who knows where we need to go? Is it the X's on the mini-map, I'm guessing? Is that where we need to be?
Yes, it is.
Alright, so if we head out, I'm going to head out to the first one. I guess this will do. Now, to capture one, I'm presuming that we have to... No, how do we actually capture one? To go, do you know how to capture one of these guys? I presume knocking it out isn't enough?
Yeah, you gotta knock them out and then hold the E button to cap.
There we go. Alright, Star Kestrel, looks like you're next to one. If you do the honours, there he goes, picking one up in his little bubble there. And look at that, yes, grounded. So I guess we should escort Star Kestrel along just to make sure that he's not getting attacked along the way, given that he's grounded. And that, I'd imagine, is a very deliberate move on behalf of SOE to design that, rather, so that you don't... Oh, and he broke out there! So you can't just fly back. Now,
No,
Wicked
you can't.
Love, yeah, Wicked Love, how come he broke out there? Is that something that happens randomly, or is it on a timer?
It is on a timer, and when that timer runs out, yes, he or she will break out.
Alright, there we go, and that's what happens. So I'm guessing it's deliberate that it's going to happen at least once on the journey back. And there we go. Is that one? That is counted as one. Well done, Star. Alright, looks like we're going for number 2. Oh, and I got grounded then. Yikes. And these citizens, yes, okay, so I can see what you mean by them respawning and getting in the way all the time. That's nasty. Alright, looks like we're heading for the southeast one now. Let's go and see what we can do over there. See if we can grab them. Must say, this is a very, very fun instance. It's definitely one of the most fun ones I've run so far. Tegoyi, in terms of your sort of top 3 instances, where would this rate for you?
This is definitely up there, probably 1 or 2.
Wow, okay, that's high praise. Star Kestrel, you enjoy running this one as well?
Not as much as some other ones, but I'm to the point where I mostly need marks of distinction, so I don't run this much.
Ah, right, and that's a very good point, of course. Depending on what you do need in the game does have an effect on what you run, of course. Differing rewards that come through. There we go. Someone can pick up that Doomsday citizen there, or rather Doom.
How about you pick it up, Sambo?
Oh, that's alright. Wicked Love's got this one. I will grab the next one. I know why you want me to pick it up. Because you want to see me miserably fail, don't you?
No, I just want you to show people what it's like when you're carrying.
Right, there we go. That's the politically correct answer. I'll believe you. But of course, you're dead right. We do want to do that as well. Definitely want to see if we can take one each. There's 5 to go around. As we escort, hopefully, Wicked Love. Keeping an eye on everybody's health bar there. And look at that. We need to take his health down once again. And there we are. Hopefully Wicked Love can pick him up now. So try and keep these other mobs off her. And folks, of course, this is where it's great to have an AoE to try and get everybody's attention. And Wicked Love doing a great job there. And the timer ran out. Very, very tough, especially, of course, when you're forced to run rather than be able to fly. Now, Wicked Love, you're saying you can't fly? That's one thing I've never actually asked. What is your travel power?
I am acrobatic.
Ah, acrobatic. You know what? I have tried everything. I've tried and failed every time. I just simply can't play with anything other than flight. I just turn into an unco. It's terrible. That's why I'm always flight. It's the only one I can play with. Although, if you've ever seen me try a race, you'd wonder why I'm any good. Alright, there we go. Is that 2 out of 5? 2 out of 5 done?
Yes.
Yes. Alright, let's see if we can go to the northeast one now. If we fly over there, I'm going to make my way all the way over to the very northeast. And of course, that's flying towards the Smallville. What is that? The Kent farmyard out there in the back. Still can't get over how amazing that looks. So iconic.
And we'll get a closer look at it before the end of the alert.
Ooh, okay. Looking forward to that one, that's for sure. And you can see the heals coming in there as well, and the power. These guys doing a mighty job. Alright, here we go. Holding E. And we're going to pick this guy up, and of course, you guys know how it works. You can follow the arrow, the big red arrow, just like every other one. Boy, I am running like an idiot. They've got to do something about that run animation. That looks ridiculous. Oh dear. Well, it's a very slow walk back, isn't it? I guess some good advice there for players is to try and pick the doom-formed citizen that is nearby. There we go, we learned that lesson.
And we'll have to go buy another one on the way back.
Right. Yeah, it's not going to last. The timer will definitely run out. And no matter how many times I mash the space bar, I'm not going to be able to... Oh, I can do a little leap, but I just want to fly. Fighting that urge, fighting that instinct to actually fly. There we go. 3rd time's a charm. And picking up the shield. There we go. Got another one. 2 of them on the way back. Wicked Love and myself taking them. That is great. 2 for 1. I'm going to keep going. Hope you guys are okay. See, Tegoyi's health is getting down a little bit there, as is Stars. Really want to get this one through before the timer runs out. No! Just managed to avoid it there. Right on the finishing line. Dear oh dear. That's alright, that's what makes for an exciting episode, and I'm sure that's deliberately designed that way to keep us on the edge of our seat. Alright, let's pick this one up. And there we go, 4 out of 5, yay us. And you can see them actually in place there on the pads in a shield. That looks fantastic. Just the one more to go now. Over to the northwest. And as always, the team doing a mighty job, especially when it comes to protecting me. If I'm still alive at the end of this, then these guys have done an impossible task, and my hats will go off to them. Alright, there we go, the Doom-formed citizen. Now someone else can pick that one up this time, and I'm going to try and keep these guys off our back. Now, we say this pretty much in every alert that we run in the game, but it's so great that a lot of these have these scripted events here, and that it's not just a tank and spank. I think that will get boring very fast, and it really does depend which alert you're in as to what's going on. It's kind of a different experience every time, and that's one of the things we love about DC Universe Online, of course. Right, there we go, you can see Star Kestrel has picked it up this time. Now while they do that, let's distribute this loot that we have here, and got some ancient claws, weapon martial arts. I'm going to pass on those. There we go, we've got a new objective here to start the DNA sample transfer process. Now Star Kestrel, I'm guessing that we have to activate this console in the middle here?
Yes we do, and then we'll run into a boss.
Oh dear. Alright, so are we all ready? Let's have a look at everybody's health and energy. Now Wicked Love's energy's down a little bit there, so I'm guessing that we should wait till that's come up a bit. There we go, we can see energy flowing in. We'll wait till that's come up just a bit more. You can see the dot there, plus 178, the blue number above our head. And of course Star's energy will have gone down a bit because they were the ones supplying the energy. So it's a bit of a catch-22 situation. I think we're about as ready as we're going to be. Let's activate this and see what happens.
She's pretty, isn't she?
She has definitely seen better days. I don't think she's going to be Australia's top model anytime soon, and it is Lady Doombringer. She is our next sub-boss, and she doesn't like me kicking me away. Let's get some aggro moves happening here so that we try and get her attention. Must say, I love the bosses in DCUO. They're always epic feeling. You know what I think it's time for? I think it's time for a volcano! Here we go, Lady Doombringer. Have a volcano in your face. Oh, I've been waiting to use that ability. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's probably more show than anything else, but who cares? It looks awesome. Now, I'm running low on energy, and I'm going to pop myself a cola there just to top that up. Poor old Star Kestrel, of course, having to keep the entire team energized. No easy task at all.
There is something else that would help with your power. It would be the weapon combos.
Yes, now a lot of people keep saying that, and thank you very much for reminding me about that. Combos do restore power, and I don't use them nearly enough. And that, of course, is also very poor on my behalf, because that's putting stress on our controller. Hello, Martian Manhunter, and well done, guys.
Cut off their feed to LexCorp's main source, and the effects fail within moments. We need you to test this at the farmhouse, where LexCorp has started administering the DNA. Destroy LexCorp's equipment, and save anyone still inside.
Can you believe it, folks? We made it through that second sub-boss there, and again with my thanks to Tegoyi, Wicked Love and Star Kestrel, without whom, of course, this would not happen. I would be dead as a doornail. Before we go any further, let's distribute this loot here, and you can see it's a Headhunter's Axe. Just going to greed on that. And of course, if anyone in the group actually wants it, I'm sure they will need. Alright, so you can see we've got our next objective here, which is to speak with researcher Gwen to get a lab coat. Now, I'm having a look on the map. Where is that? Okay, that's way north of us. So, who should we ask here? We'll ask Tegoyi. Are we alright to just fly straight to researcher Gwen there, or are we going to come across some trouble along the way? How's it going to work?
There may be a couple Doomsday's clones in front of us, but not much.
Alright, so let's do that then, folks. Let's see if we can make our way there. And you can see we are getting ourselves ever closer, by the way, to the farm over there, which I still can't stop staring at. Will you look at that, folks? Look at that view. It's the iconic barn. It's the iconic water tower with a beautiful sunset in the background. Oh boy, all of my spidey senses are a tingle at that view. Seriously, it doesn't take much to get me going, but that certainly does. Alright, here we go. Here is researcher Gwen with a beautiful sunset in the background. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, okay, so she has actually transformed us. We're all in lab coats now. That's a bit of a laugh. Wasn't expecting that to happen. You can see we've got new objectives here, which is to return to researcher Gwen for a new lab coat if we lose one. That's good to know. And we need to avoid detection and activate research equipment. So, Star Kestrel, what happens here? What do we do? And how do I not mess up?
Basically, there are some tents here with equipment. You activate it, and then, well, I don't want to spoil that surprise.
Oh, okay.
One thing to look out for is watch the names of some of the mobs. You might see some surprising ones.
Ooh, okay. Sounds like a bit of inside information there. Now, Wicked Love, you are a healer, of course. In this particular mode, though, I can see that we've got different abilities. So I'm assuming that all your role specific skills are off your hotbar, and you've got the same ones as me. You've got the little data pad there, you've got a stopwatch. I don't know what those are. Do you know what these abilities are?
Oh, I don't think you would be using it much, because after this one we would be, like Star said, we will be in for a surprise and I will not be able to use my heal.
Aha. Okay, alright, sounds like there's a wicked surprise. I'm going to let you guys lead the way. I am the poor, lowly person who doesn't know what they're doing. So I'm going to follow Wicked, Star, and Tegoyi and follow their lead, and we'll see what happens. But this is all very exciting, folks. All new stuff for us here, and especially on our Let's Play series. This is definitely new. And you can see it's saying that we need to avoid detection and activate research equipment. So it looks like we're sneaking in as a scientist here. And there we go. That's one of them down. And we've got to revert doom-cloned citizens. We've got to relieve scientists from their responsibilities and destroy LexCorp Doomsday equipment. Alright, so I guess, how come I actually lost my disguise there, guys, by the way?
Because I activated the equipment near you.
Right, okay. That's okay. See if we can fight for our life here.
Check the name on the one you're fighting now. That's one of the ones I was talking about.
Ah, look at that. Pete Ross. Haha, classic. Alright, so, oh look at that, got himself an incredible hit count there. There's a first time for everything. Guys, this is your first chance in this episode, by the way, for internet points. There you go. Who is this Pete Ross that we speak of? Let us know in the comments below, and you get yourself 10 internet points. Now guys, do I need to go and get myself a new costume, or am I okay fighting like this? What do you think?
Return for
there
the
should be another one of those radar dishes in a tent. Click on that, and that costume won't come into play.
Okay. Let's see. There's Star Kestrel. Star, what is your shapeshift that you've got going on there?
That's what you activate the radar dish to get.
Whoa, okay. Right, that's very, very cool. Where is the radar dish? You'll have to lead me there in a second once we've destroyed this. I'm guessing this is Doomsday equipment that we're destroying? Yes, it is. Alright,
Yeah.
lead the way, Star. I'll follow you.
Oh, I'm not sure if this is one you can actually use, but there's one here in this tent.
Oh, okay, so that's what they look like?
Yeah.
And no, can't use that. Where's another one?
Just check the tents around here.
Cool, sounds good. Now, as I was saying before, folks, we've kind of got ourselves a little bit split up, but sometimes that can't be helped. As long as we're keeping an eye on everybody's health, I'm sure that's fine.
This is the last time Luther does this.
Alright, so none of these radar dishes want to give me an opportunity to use them, unfortunately. Let's search in all of the tents.
It should be the yellow marker, the yellow X.
Ah, cool. Thank you very much. Good stuff. Let's just quickly head over there on our map. Ah, there we go. Okay, we've got Gwen here. She'll do. There we go. So making our way back to the team over here. Hopefully they're okay. And you can see the count here. Relieve scientists from their responsibilities. That is up to 35 out of 80. And you can see we've also got 3 out of the 4 of the Doomsday equipment. There we go. Let's activate. Finally got a radar there. There we go. Shape-shifted at last.
Now for this part, it is okay to split up because you want to get it done as fast as possible.
That's a very good point. And it looks like these guys aren't too much of a challenge as well when we're shape-shifted in these Doomsday-looking forms, so that's nice. I'm going to try.
Did you guys already run into the other 3 named Doom-crazed citizens?
Oh, really? No, I haven't seen any. Damn it! How about you give us a leg up there and give us at least one of them? What was one of them?
Well, I just found Jonathan Kent.
Oh, Jonathan Kent! There you go! Alright, hopefully nobody will need any reminding about who Jonathan Kent is. Star Kestrel, are you able to tell us who the third one is, perhaps?
Lana Lang.
La, look at that. Alright, now there's a great question for you guys. Watching this episode, by the way, let us know in the comments who is that. Well, let's use some of these abilities here. Oh, they're very cool. Oh, and stunned and grounded there. While I'm here, I'm just going to roll for this loot here, and you can see it is a collection, so let's all need on that one there. Give everyone an equal chance to grabbing that, unless you've already got it, of course. Alright, so it looks like we've got, what is it, 1 piece of Doomsday equipment left to destroy. And there it is down. You can see the objectives have updated here. It's now to confront Dr. Richards. And I think we can see them on the map. Maybe we've got 2. I've actually got 2 X's on my map. Tegoyi, why is that? Is that because one of them? Oh, Dr. Richards, there he is. Okay, he's red, and I'm guessing to trigger this we have to actually speak to him. Would that be right?
Yes.
Oh, right. And since we didn't see it, the 4th one is Martha Kent.
Ah, Martha Kent. All right, great stuff. I love the little Easter eggs like that in the game, especially if you're a DC Universe fan. Alright guys, so I guess can we stay in our shape-shifted costumes here to speak to Dr. Richards?
Oh yes.
Alright, hopefully that makes life a little easier. Alright, are we ready to do this? Can I go up and speak to him?
Not yet. Hold on. One thing about this is there are 3 doctors. Get Dr. Richard first, and then Alpha and Beta.
Oh, okay, Thank you for telling us that. I had no idea. 3 doctors. Now, by the way, in terms of progression through this alert, is this our penultimate sort of sub-boss? Is it this one, and then we're on to the final end piece?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, guys, getting really excited for that. So there you go. If you're watching this video, wondering how long it's got to go, we are getting very close. All right, let's sound off. Blaze Purple, ready to rock and roll. Wicked Love?
Yes.
Tegoyi?
Ready here.
And Star Kestrel?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, let's do this thing. Let's see what happens.
Quit fighting. You're not getting out of here alive.
There they are, the 3 doctors by the looks of things. Oh my lord! Oh dear, Dr. Richards I'm targeting on first. Boy oh boy. Alright, was not expecting that.
Now don't be afraid to use your skill, it actually helps.
Alright, thank you very much. We'll definitely do that. Our skills on the skill bar here. Oh!
Yes.
Oh. Yep, breaking out there. And can we revive here? I don't think I'm going to be able to. I'm going to be interrupted, aren't I?
Oopsie.
No worries. Of course, it's very hard because we've got no... I guess there's no heals on here, are there?
No, there isn't.
Oh, and we're all down, are we? We all get... Oh, dear. Classic. Well, there you go, folks. That is a lot harder than it looks, that's for sure. Let's escape back to the beginning here. All right, so what are the options when it comes to this one, guys? Is it because we're shape-shifted, or would we be actually worse off if we were in our normal form?
No, we actually hit harder in our shapeshifter.
Okay, alright, so that's alright, we've just got to take care and be a little bit careful, I guess.
Okay, one more trick is that if one is down, and it seems like everybody's about to be down, it would be nice if someone who's still at least half an HP would run around until other gets back, that way the doctors won't reset.
Oh, okay, great. Okay, so you're keeping the event going, I guess, keeping the trickle alive. Way of putting it. Alright folks, looks like we're ready to rock and roll. Attempt number 2. Let's see what happens this time.
We've invested billions researching your DNA, and you're not going anywhere.
Alright, wish us luck. This is nail-biting stuff. And I've just realised too that I can actually use a soda cola, which I did not in the last fight. Silly me. And my trinket as well, which is great. Alright, there we go. Dr. Richards is down. Can we do it this time? The alpha clone here, who's taking a heck of a pummeling, I might add. Boy, oh boy. And there we go. The beta clone. Can we do it, folks?
It works. The only way to end Lex's experiment permanently is to remove Core's main source of the DNA feed. From your data, the source is close, nearby, at a small farm. The Kent farm.
There you go. Thank you, Martian Manhunter. Now, before we go any further, let's distribute this loot. And you can see it's a Grim Fang rifle there. Myself, I'm going to pass on it, and hopefully that will go to somebody who needs it in the group. Now, as you can see down there, folks, we have one very specific objective left, and that is to defeat Doomsday. I don't think it gets any simpler than that, but I'm sure it's not simple at all. Star Kestrel, are you able to walk us through what is going to happen now with what is quite clearly the final phase of this Smallville alert?
Well, first there will be some trash mobs around the entrance to the barn.
Yep.
We will need to take them down and then activate a console in the barn to bring Doomsday out.
Ooh, sounds scary. What happens when he comes out? Is there anything in particular that we need to be aware of?
Well, we'll get some reinforcements from the League, and then there are 4 stations around the outside of the barn.
Right.
We will need to deactivate a force field around them and then carry a device from one to the other. When the device gets there, we'll get a timer on Doomsday where we can damage it.
Whoa! Alright, just as well we asked there, folks. That sounds very complicated, but also a whole lot of fun. And as always, I'll be looking to my fellow Superzeroes for guidance in real time as we go through this, because guys, remember, I've never done this before. So if I'm doing something stupid, for goodness, which I will, by the way, for goodness sake, don't be afraid to shout out and say, Sambo, you need to do this, you need to do that, or you need to stop doing whatever it is I'm doing. So there we go, folks. And of course, if you're watching from home, I hope that this will be a fun fight and that you'll learn something from it, especially if you haven't seen this alert before. So let's sound off. Blaze Purple, ready to go. Star Kestrel,
ready.
Tegoyi,
ready here.
Wicked Love,
already.
Alright, let's do this thing. Let's go in and take out the trash and see what happens as we fly in to this iconic area here in the Smallville alert.
Oh, and before we forgot, we usually assign a person to take the device and to run it to the station.
Alright, sounds good. Who would like to do that? Looking for volunteers?
I'll run to the station to deactivate the force field around us.
Thank you very, very much, Star. Look at that. We've got ourselves a feat achieved. Explore Smallville. Congratulations to Blaze Purple. Woohoo! First time in here. And we'll look at this combo action going on here, folks. Don't you just love the special effects in DC Universe Online? Lighting up the place like fireworks. Looks absolutely amazing.
Doomsday's extraction field is feeding continuous DNA reinforcement to Lex's experiment subjects. Break it to free Lex's victims. I'm afraid that will release him. Lex Core will have kryptonite in place for just that situation. With the DNA field down, it will be safe for the JLA to come in to help. I will call in whoever is closest. Stand by.
There you go. You heard it from Martian Manhunter. Alright, so guys, step us through. What exactly do we need to do right now? Where would you like me?
If you can, please carry the device while the 2 of us go and deactivate the shield.
So whereabouts is the device? Over here?
Yes. It's in the back.
And there he is, folks, Doomsday himself.
The Justice League has arrived.
And look, we've got backup.
Big boy. Time to go back into your entropy cage.
Woohoo!
Ah, a volunteer test subject. Alas, the Doomsday...
Now, when you carry the device, Doomsday will follow. So my advice is to throw the device across the field instead of running with it.
Oh, okay. Oh! I went to throw it there and it got taken out of my hands. Nasty! Ah! Whoa, that was a massive hit! Got knocked right up into the rafters there. Now, by the way, where is the device being carried to?
Outside. Come outside the barn and see.
Here we go, coming out. Oh, over here to the red pad over there?
Mm-hmm.
Now, are we able to damage Doomsday at this time or not?
Not really. Not until you place the device to the slot there.
Alright, now where is the device? I seem to have lost it, or is it? No, has it already been done?
I've got it.
Oh, good stuff. There we go. Yes, we can see he's got it there. Alright, so easy to be a little bit confused by all of this, guys, but hopefully it'll become clear. And you can see Tegoyi there throwing things at Doomsday, which of course is always a wise move. And there you go, throwing it. Oh, if I could get close. Boy, Doomsday likes to run around a lot, doesn't he? Oh, and a big knockback there.
Do you see that timer? That is the time we have to beat Doomsday before we have to carry the device to the next station.
Alright, so the timer on Doomsday, and is he eligible to be damaged during that timer? Is that how it works?
Yes, it is.
Good stuff. Alright, so now is the time. Now, he knocks back all the time. Is the best way to avoid that by shielding, or does it actually break through shielding? His knockback.
You can block it.
Okay, good stuff. And you can see we're doing very well here, folks. We've got him nearly to 50%. Can't believe it. What an exciting scripted event this is, by the way. And it's great to
I'll
have...
head to the next one and start deactivating the shield.
Thank you very much. And of course, it's great to have assistance here from all of the JLA members as well. That was a nice surprise. There we go. His strength has returned. Oh, big knockback. Look at that. Halfway across the map almost. Wow. Oh! Right,
wrong station.
Wrong station. Whoopsie. There we go. You can see it's been picked up there. And there's Black Canary as well, by the way. Thank you there, Star Kestrel, picking it up and running it to the station. Let's try and keep Doomsday's attention. Oh, throw it up into the trees there. And there we go. Damage time it is. Let's encase him in a volcano, because why not? And another big knockback there. This is certainly an exciting fight. And you can see that Doomsday is about 5% left on his health there. Can we do this, folks? Nail-biting stuff here. One big knockback. And is he down? Is he down? We have done it, folks! Woohoo! Congratulations to us.
The planet Earth. Home. Some may call me an alien, but although I was born on Krypton, this planet is my own. A place I will defend against any threat, as will my allies. Wonder Woman, Hawkman, Martian Manhunter, and many more. Because for me, Earth's people are my family. And my powers give me a responsibility to help and protect them, even though I cannot always be there. Because this is, and always will be, home.
And there we are, folks, a wonderful motion comic there.
Your accomplishments today. It means more to some than you know.
Thank you, Martian Manhunter, as always. I'm just going to quickly flick through the stats here, and if you want to see them, you can pause the YouTube video and check them out for yourself. They're seeing the damage and the healing of everybody, the secures, the transports, the protects, the power in and out, etc., etc. There we go. Alright, so let's line up with our Mighty Superzeroes here. Can you believe it, guys? We actually did it. I am over the moon. Oh, that was a lot smoother than I expected, and you see here we're also joined by our Justice League folk here. Wicked Love, how did that go compared to some of the other runs you've made?
Oh, that was fun.
It was definitely a fun instance. I can see why everyone was saying that I'd enjoy that one. It was certainly lots of fun. Tegoyi, how'd it go for you, my friend?
Went very well.
Very well indeed. In fact, we only really had the one death, and that was at the beginning there when we got one-shotted by those tornadoes, so I'm very happy about that. Star Kestrel, how did that rate in terms of your alert runs recently?
I think this is the first time I've gone through Smallville where we haven't had to restart one of those devices at the beginning, so that was pretty good. Plus, this was the daily alerts day, so in addition to your 4 marks of triumph, you also got 2 marks of distinction.
I saw that. In fact, I saw the headline come up there in the middle of the screen, the alert there. So just as well, I'd love to be able to say that we timed that deliberately, but of course it was pure coincidence. So there we go, the daily alert. Now, folks, of course, you'll see in the background there a collectible. I will definitely be going to grab that later on. We won't do that on film. If you do a run like this and it's your first time, make sure that you are going and grabbing as many of those as you can. Look at that as we pan around there. You can see the sun setting off in the background. We've got the barn there beside us. We've got the water tower, and of course, how could you forget that beautiful motion comic which really closed the scene for us. That is it though, folks. We need to get out of here. We are way over time. An epic length video this week, but of course I'm sure you'll agree it was well worth it. I would like to give my very specific and heartfelt thanks to the 3 Mighty Superzeroes here. I'd love them to say goodbye. Wicked Love, thanks a lot for coming along. Thank you for your awesome heals, and I certainly hope you enjoyed yourself.
Thank you.
Tegoyi, same to you, my friend. Thank you very much for laying the smackdown on these guys in a controlled manner. Your DPS is superb. Thanks for coming along.
Thank you very much.
And Star Kestrel, of course, the one empowering us all with power there, and of course controlling all of the mobs. We very much appreciate your efforts, and may I say, your outfit there is glowing in the sunset. It looks fantastic. Thanks for coming along.
No problem. Glad to help.
There you go, folks. And of course, don't forget to join us in our next incredible League Alert. Lord only knows what we'll be playing next, as we have all of these hard mode alerts opened up. Hopefully more of the same. So on behalf of myself, Sambo, Blaze Purple, Star Kestrel, Tegoyi, and Wicked Love, it's us saying take care. Certainly hope you're having a great day wherever in the world you are. We do look forward to seeing you next time. We will see you then, and bye-bye.